we enter 2018 with confidence and conviction, promise and possibility. We can move Arizona forward, and in a way that will make our fellow citizens proud. So let's get to work.
Jobs, jobs, and more jobs. That's the takeaway tonight from Governor Doug Ducey's State of the State address.
And making Arizona the go-to spot for tech.
Infosys, a global tech company, they selected Arizona to be the home of their new innovation hub. The company plans to hire 1,000 workers.
Expansion here on the Raytheon campus is set to bring 2,000 new jobs to Tucson.
It is a scourge. It is considered a public health crisis. Arizona Governor Doug Ducey vowing once again to fight the opioid epidemic head on.
The first bill to become a law in 2018 after a 4-day special session, the state legislature unanimously passes an aggressive law to target the opioid epidemic.
The Arizona Opioid Epidemic Act is the most comprehensive and thoughtful package any state has passed.
Both the State House and Senate nearly unanimously passed this continuation of Prop 301. That means that schools will continue to receive their dedicated sales tax money for years to come.
Doug Ducey says he wants to get school funding back to pre-recession levels, about $100 million to school districts this year. And that amount would increase to $168 million next year and keep going up.
Well, it's a good day for teachers in Arizona.
Breaking news, Governor Doug Ducey proposing a pay increase for teachers in our state over the next 3 years that will total 20%.
I'm meeting with legislators and saying it's time to pass this pay raise.
Governor Ducey signed his 20 by 2020 budget bill.
This is a real win for our teachers, for our kids, for our educators.
The Tucson Unified School District is set to receive more than 30 new buses with air conditioning. Governor Doug Ducey decided that money would go toward new buses for school districts all across our state.
The #1 story of the day, the Super Bowl coming back.
The biggest event of them all is the Super Bowl, to bring people to Arizona and help showcase our state.
A lot of people pumped up about this one because the Final Four coming back. Final Four also, of course, means big bucks for our state.
Governor Doug Ducey signing a bill this week.
Food truck vendors in Tucson are very happy about the news.
The Food Truck Freedom Bill means owners can take their fare on the road without worrying about varying ordinances in different cities.
Governor Doug Ducey is beefing up border security.
Taking the fight right to drug cartels and human smugglers, and they're seeing results.
The Border Strike Force has seized 17.2 million hits of heroin, 173,885 rounds of ammunition.
Hundreds of National Guard members are getting ready to report to the Arizona-Mexico border. Governor Doug Ducey deploying 225 service members to the area.
Ducey toured the border near Yuma with the Secretary of Homeland Security.
Governor Ducey has plans to make our roads safer.
As of last night, a new law is now in place.
If you remember back in January in the State of the State address, he talked about how he wanted to boost the penalties for wrong-way driving.
Tonight, one Valley family finally getting justice in the death of their loved one. Governor Ducey just signing Pam'S Law. It's named after a Chandler mom hit and killed while crossing the street with her 2 little kids.
Arizona's governor is showing his gratitude towards the men and women who put their lives on the line every day. Governor Doug Ducey took part in a ceremonial signing of Officer Craig Tiger Act today. The bill expands PTSD treatment.
It truly takes someone very special to run towards the sound of gunfire when everyone else is ducking for cover. Our peace officers and firefighters do this every day without seeking glory or reward for their action.
We have breaking news from Arizona. One trooper was killed and another was injured overnight during a struggle with a suspect near Phoenix.
To Trooper Edna Hoffer's family, I speak for all Arizonans when I say you have the love and support of all of us. A true American hero, 6-term Senator John McCain has just died.
At the Arizona State Capitol for the celebrated senator and statesman, a final salute.
He represented them in Congress for more than 35 years. Now Arizonans are saying a final goodbye.
Despite withering heat, thousands coming here to pay their respects.
Imagining Arizona without John It's just not natural. I've asked Senator Jon Kyl to step forward once again in a spirit of service to aid our state. With nearly 2 decades experience in the Senate, serving alongside John McCain, Senator Kyl is prepared to hit the ground running.
John and I served the people of Arizona together for nearly 20 years. And in that spirit, along with Senator Flake, I will do my best to assure that Arizonans continue to be well represented in the U.S. Senate.
The anniversary of Governor Doug Ducey's initiative to provide second chance centers.
Governor Doug Ducey inviting players to discuss ways to reform the criminal justice system.
Governor Ducey met with Senator-elect Kyrsten Sinema today. Ducey called the meeting productive and says he looks forward to working with Sinema on a lot of issues on behalf of Arizona, including securing our water future.
They were once rivals, and now Governor Ducey wants Fred Duvall on his team. He has appointed the 2014 Democratic nominee for governor to the Arizona Board of Regents.
Governor Doug Ducey in Mexico today, meeting with the governor of Sonora and announcing a new partnership to promote science and technology education.
Ducey will head to Mexico City Saturday for the inauguration of that country's new president.
A cross-border plan to send natural gas to Asia could benefit Arizona greatly.
Governor Doug Ducey says Martha McSally has put service first, leading in the toughest of fights, and is uniquely qualified to fight for Arizona in the U.S. Senate.
It's now official. Governor Doug Ducey has appointed Martha McSally. That decision means for the first time in state history, 2 women will represent Arizona in the U.S. Senate.